Lord of Jord on Twitter says, would Dalton Kincaid rather fight a Dion Dawkins-sized duck or 10 duck-sized Dion Dawkins? Those are the tough questions that we will ask the now sophomore tight end for the Buffalo Bills. That's right, Dalton Kincaid joining the show. It's a big show today. Joey Molinaro is here as well. We're going to have lots of fun with him. I don't know what we're doing. The producers whipped up some fun, though. And we've got Blake Corum coming to an NFL team near you. Start the show saying we're going to have such a fun show with the big show. Joey Molinaro is always good for some laughs. We've got Blake Corum, we've got Dalton Kincaid on the program, but we're going to start with the Cowboys, everybody. Do we want to start optimistically? I don't know what to do with this team. Cowboys fans, they've been waiting for news, good news, additions, things happening, shaking, windows, blah, 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 blah. We got news, but the news was not great. They announced the retirement of former starting linebacker Leighton Vander Esch. Medical reasons, not great. He's walking away from the game. Released, guys. It's also been reported they've agreed to a restructure with Dak that will save them a lot of money. No, $4 million against the cap. He looks set to play out the final year of his deal, and it squeaks them, squeaky, under the cap. Ugh, what? There's no way around it. Hamilton and I, we were like pulling our hair out, trying to figure out like, how do we make this optimistic? There has to be good here. Like, what is the goodness in this? What is the lesson in all of this? There's just no way around it. The Cowboys have been hit hard this offseason. If you take a look, Dan Quinn, he goes to take the Commanders head coaching job. I know he didn't leave a great taste in the mouths of Cowboys fans as the season ended, but he held this team together. He's very well liked by Jerry Jones. Players turn up for him. He's gone. That's a big deal. Potential Hall of Famer Tyron Smith, he's a Jet. Pollard, see ya. They need a new starting center. What are they doing? They have 3 defensive starters to replace now, too. The only addition they've made so far is linebacker, who I love, Eric Kendricks. Let's see if his third destination in 3 years is going to suit him and that team. A veteran in that defensive locker room. Great. Ben Solak joins me. He's with The Ringer. He was here last week. He poignantly pointed out that there may not be much more a-coming down the road because Jerry Jones is sitting at his desk, mahogany bookshelves, all that, writing big paychecks for Micah Parsons, for one of the best to do it right now, CeeDee Lamb. They're set for extensions. And Jerry's quote, guys, from Senior Bowl, going all in, of course, it's not aging well, as the, sports shows will tell you. I feel like a lot of A-blocks covering the Cowboys. This is my first A-block with the Cowboys because, where have all the Cowboys gone? It's a great lower third, you guys. That's effing great. It's great. Who sings that? Oh, I wish I knew on the top of my head. Who? Paula Cole is great, We got Dolly, we've got a little Jack White back here, and now we've got Paula Cole as part of the conversation. That's how far you've plummeted right now, 2024 Dallas Cowboys. And it's not only what's going on, under the big screen at Jerry World, it's everything going on outside of it in your division as you're sitting there and having to watch Philly load up, trying to snatch that crown back, while not being able to do much as a Cowboys organization. Listen, I don't expect this team to fall apart. I really don't. They should still be as good and easily snag another playoff spot, but it's hard to say that they're going to do better than they did last season. And so we're just the definition of insanity. By the way, the Dak restructure didn't come with an extension that could have freed up, it did come with one that could have freed up even more space, okay? They could still work this out eventually. Where we are right now with free agency pretty much in the rear view, I don't know how much of a difference it would make, okay? This is looking like Dak's final shot to prove he can push this team where it needs to go into Super Bowl contention. If it doesn't happen this year, we are setting up, folks, for a massive overhaul in 2025. On the flip side, if Dak crushes it and he does his thing and he takes the boys to the playoffs and CeeDee Lamb's the best wide receiver in the game and all of that, he could be in line for a record-setting deal if this cat hits the open market. The Cowboys, always intriguing, but the only thing to say about this right now is it's lackluster, it's not very buzzy, but it is the most consequential season I can remember as far as what the future holds for this entire organization. Okay, that's all I got on the Cowboys. That was a heavy lift for me. From the Cowboys to another team we did not service. We did not service through our weeks back for free agency, and that is the Dolphins, okay? The Miami Dolphins, they have undergone some huge changes as well. The difference is Miami has done a lot of work to replace pieces that they've had to blow kisses and bid adieu to, okay? If you look at, it's been a wild shuffle in Miami. They got jiggy with it, as it were. It started with DC Vic Fangio, Paula Cole, and Will Smith. Why not? Vic Fangio bounces for the Eagles. They replaced him with Anthony Weaver from that Baltimore staff. He's very talented. I can't wait to see that. They've lost Christian Wilkins. That's huge. Xavier Howard, man, Van Ginkel, he leaves as well. But they've brought in former All-Pros, Jordan Poyer. I like it. Interdivision stuff. So hot right now. So on trend. Shaq Barrett, he fills the void. The Dolphins have lost 52% of their defensive snaps from a year ago. That's kind of glaring. It's by far the highest percentage in the league, y'all. But I like the pieces they've brought in. I'm not sure it's going to be worse for them, okay? And remember, their star pass rushers, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, they both missed the end of the season. Maybe some mismanagement. We're not going to get into that. That's in the past. But they'll be back at some point this year also. And the key pieces on that explosive offense, they're all back too. Not to mention, we haven't hit the draft yet. I'm excited about what the Dolphins are going to be putting on the field this season. Even though not much buzz, not much attention elsewhere right now. We'll give it to them on the Up and Adams program because the way last season sort of soured the way people viewed this team, I'm not going to let that be the lingering vibe. I'm not going to fall into that. And people want to put it all on Tua and Mike McDaniel. The reality is the Dolphins were completely ravaged by injuries down the stretch and into that playoff loss to KC, who, by the way, ran through every other team that everyone loves. So, like, we were so quick to clown on the Dolphins, well, they ate everyone up on their way to win another Super Bowl. So, by the wild card game, more than half of the starting defense was out. Tyreek and Waddle hobbling about. These aren't excuses. This is a subjective fact, and it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible for anybody out there to say this team isn't or is, we don't know right now we don't know what they're capable of achieving, okay, based on how the year unfolded and how it went last year. So, big one for the Dolphins and Tua, by the way. Tua, ding, 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 fifth-year option. And at some point, they have to come up with bigger results for him, of course, from him. But we're not abandoning this team. Give me a healthy Dolphins squad, and then we can talk about what they can and cannot do. Hamilton. Paula Cole, Will Smith, we're all about it. Where have the Cowboys gone? It's a great pull. 90s, who knew?
That was fantastic.
Don't sue us, Paula Cole. Michigan man, Blake Corum on the program. Yeah. Very excited to talk to him. You know, he's the oldest brother of three younger sisters. It's always fun.
Always fun. And also one of the best running backs in the nation, one of the toughest running backs there is out there. 28 touchdowns last year. Obviously a national champion as well. Really excited to hear what he has to say. Dalton Kincaid on the program. I hear he's a card collector. Sal Capaccio hit me up in my DMs and said, ask him about his card collection. And I wrote back and said, ask him what? About his card collection? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. I have no idea what to ask about a card collection. But maybe I'll ask him, like, you know, Pokemon. Which Pokemon should Josh Allen be? I don't know if you get to be a Pokemon. That's literally what I'm going to ask him. We have some good questions on Twitter. If you guys want to go to Twitter or hit the YouTube chat at Up and Adam Show on Twitter. Some great questions coming in for some like venom. Twitter's such a gross place. What's happening?
Just
What's
people
the
are
venom?
I accidentally put, hey, Bills fans, give me questions for Dalton Kincaid. So then every Jets fan and their mom are like,
oh boy,
you know, tweeting up a mean storm about things. I'm glad I didn't at him on that. But
that's Deion Dawkins' fault, by the way.
No, but literally it is. So we're going to talk to him. We're going to have Blake Corum on, and Jolie Molinaro is one of your faves. I can't wait.
Yeah, very excited for that one. This is going to be an especially fun one today. I'm excited. Now,
there's something that's going on, and I don't have my finger on the pulse. No, because it's a lingering. I don't know what Caleb Williams sees. I don't know him. But I feel like he's seeing a lot of like things on our show that are like Devin Hester saying, oh, he's got a lot going on. And then like Taylor Lewan also being like, I don't know, I didn't like how he handles himself. And I'm just like, what is going on? And there are other things that I'm like hearing through the little vines of things that are trickling my way that like there's nothing like to hold on to. It's like when somebody just decides that they're like, rah, 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 yelling at a cloud, like, get off my lawn. I don't know if I like it. I don't know what the juice is to it. Like, I'm trying to find answers. So I thought we could focus today, if you'll allow it, Hamilton, on Caleb Williams before we take a break, before we get to our guests. And let's talk about him. You know, every day we try to highlight one of the draft prospects, tell you something new about them, something to really focus on as you guys get set for the draft. And one thing about USC quarterback Caleb Williams is that the outside noise shouldn't overshadow what a rare and tremendous player he is. Let's dig into it. Listen, this time of year, every prospect is getting dissected under him. If there's nothing there, they find whatever they can to pick apart just to see how a player or a prospect will handle that. It's ridiculous. It happens in every imaginable way, but it's just, you know, a tradition like no other. Remember what people did to C.J. Stroud just a year ago? We saw how that turned out. And I think that should teach us to take some of this stuff that is flying around about anybody with a grain of salt. I mean, you don't do what you do and put together the college career you put together at the quarterback spot if you aren't a baller, if you don't produce, if you're not outstanding. And that's what he is. Over the last 2 years for the Trojans, he put up 93 total touchdowns, just 10 interceptions. Let that sink in, people. He won every imaginable award. He's been as dynamic a dual threat quarterback as you've seen at the college level. The highlights are unreal. You've seen them. And he was consistent week in, week out. Who's out there with a problem? Like, people might say, oh, he wasn't as good last year. During the Heisman season, he was 7-5. When you look at the film and the numbers, people, he was every bit as incredible. His completion percentage, his passer rating were actually better last season. The touchdown rate was virtually identical. And for the people mentioning Cliff Kingsbury and questioning Caleb's ability to succeed in the NFL because he played in the air raid offense, this is literally the argument that I, as an idiot, mea culpa, said about Patrick Mahomes. Oh, he had to throw 1,000,000 yards because the defense was so crappy down there at Texas Tech. Like, no, I made the Lubbock argument like an idiot, was proved wrong immediately. So I hope we see Caleb land in Chicago with that #1 overall pick. He looks like the freaking Jordan logo right here. It's perfect. It matches. I think we can see him lead this franchise back into contention over the next 2 or 3 years. I said the word contention. I did. Optimist, hopeful, Pollyanna that I am. Mostly because of everything I just said about him and Ryan Poles. I believe in him. I like the way he's got this thing headed. If you have a problem with Poles, I don't know. We couldn't have a beer together. That's what I think. Caleb is the long-term answer at quarterback that the Bears have been searching for the last 75 years since Sid Luckman retired. People, okay? Don't overthink it. And until there's noise that you can like wrap your head around, Hamilton, like, shut up, I think. Like, I don't know. I don't have a grasp on the anything tangible with the noise.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a lot of stuff flying around. I don't know. As you pointed out with C.J. Stroud, what we saw last year, so much was made of him and the Wonderlic score and all this stuff. And he comes out and has one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen from a quarterback. So it's hard to put too much stock in it. You let the film. I listened to his press conference at the Combine. He's confident. Yes, that's what you want in a quarterback. It's nothing that you don't hear from any star quarterback across the league. There was nothing that I'm like, oh, this is offensive. Oh, I don't like this kid. He's confident in what he can do, and he should be with what he produced in college.
Yeah. We'll see. I will say, saying all that stuff about like he's the Bears' answer, like didn't feel good coming out of my mouth. I'll just be honest. It just didn't feel like it's right.
Trust.
I felt like it's like right to that Fred dude or what's his name at Freezing Cold Takes. What's that dude's name?
Fred Siegel.
Yeah, right to Fred Siegel. Yeah. Like not to go shopping, but just to get scorned in like 2 years after all that mess takes place. But that's okay. We'll be back after this. The prospect talk continues. We like to pump up and meet these prospects. Let's go! Michigan RB, Blake Corum. Taylor Lewan was hyping you up yesterday. We cannot wait to meet you. Corum on next. Yes. Okay. No, I would say, yeah, for sure. But I would just make sure Blake knows that, you know, we have a lot we want to get to. Do you want to produce him a little bit? I think that's fine. Sure. I have a question for you. Hamilton, what is this?
Yes.
Where did this growth come from? When did this is new.
I don't know.
What the F is this? Where did these
You expect me to be able to answer
from?
this?
I don't know. I don't quite understand. No senso. I don't understand.
I mean, I guess you peel your face off enough times.
Then you have new hair growth. Yeah, I guess that might be it. Yeah, I did not feel good saying that about not the Kayla part felt great.
Yeah.
The Bears part.
That's just pent up, built up trust issues from over the years growing up in Chicago.
It did not make me feel, I will say, when I was saying Jordan Love's a great fit, let's see what he's got, I did not feel weird saying it. It flew out of my mouth, in fact. It sang like a musical, La La Land, you know, like that made sense. This one, a little rougher for me.
At some point it has to happen, right? We gotta let go of the history and the scar tissue. I feel like it only makes things worse. So it just I like the fact that you have that confidence and that belief.
Will you do me a favor and just text me if I should skip around? I think because I have to.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Blake Corum is a true Michigan man. Whenever he goes, he's going to be successful. That's supposed to be wherever he goes.
You just emulate all these things.
We've got Michigan man Blake Corum on the show tomorrow, Taylor. Do you want? What does mean?
Blake Corum is like, you know, the Michigan's got this cheesy thing they say, where you're a graduate, you're a Michigan man. You just emulate all these things that make you just the greatest human being of all time. Blake Corum is a true Michigan man. He's got the attitude.
This is Blake Corum, and I'm officially hanging up my winged helmet and declaring for the 2024 NFL Draft. BC2, out.
And I can't wait to see where he goes. We've got the guy with definitely the quickest feet in the 2024 NFL Draft, a reigning national champion from the University of Michigan, the MVP from that title game, All-American, record-holding running back. It is an honor to meet you, Blake Corum.
Nah, likewise. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being here. This is amazing. Like I was saying, Taylor Lewan was hyping you up. You got me really excited to meet you, to talk to you, to welcome you to the NFL. And it's been a wild couple of months. You win the Natty against Washington. You declare for the draft. You crush the combine. And now you're on the pre-draft campaign trail. So as a kid from Marshall, Virginia, how are you feeling? What are your emotions during this journey?
This journey has been nothing but amazing. Like you said, from winning the national championship, then, you know, coming back, having a great parade in Ann Arbor, and then going down to Florida to train, to the combine, you know, all these interviews, all the, you know, scouts and, you know, running back coaches hitting you up. It's been amazing. Truly blessed.
Can we give some love to the combine bench press performance for a second? 27 reps. Same as 6'8", 321-pound Joe Alt. What were your thoughts while this was happening?
You know, last spring ball when I was doing recovery from an injury I had, I hit 30. So I was a little disappointed.
You were?
I'm not going to lie. I was disappointed. I was aiming for 30. I had 28. They minused me one. They said I didn't lock out on rep 10 or something
were
like
they
that.
wrong?
But all good. I think they were wrong.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm going to let the pros be the judge of that. But, I was a little disappointed, but, 27, not bad.
My producer just texted me. I knew he thought he'd have a bigger number. 30 is crazy. 30 is like obnoxious. We don't need 30. I think 27, asterisk 28, we're good.
Hey, we're good, but hey, it is what it is now.
Because then everybody would just focus on that and then not all the other amazing things that you bring to the table. Now you're entering a draft, Blake, with a national championship under your belt, a couple of first-team All-American selections as well, and you scored 28 touchdowns last year to lead the entire country. So what is it about your game that you know will translate best to this next level?
Honestly, I really do believe every part of my game will translate to the next level. I consider myself a complete back, someone that can run downhill, but someone that can also make you miss, someone that can catch the ball, someone that can run short yardage. I think I've proven it, over my 4 years at Michigan, and I believe it honestly will translate right into the NFL.
You've also, I always think it's important to look at players and think, what are they made of? What drives them? How do they handle it when it's not perfect? And you've been through the tough side of things as well. Torn meniscus, sprained MCL, middle of your junior season, you bounced back in the biggest way. What does that say about you, that you know how to go through the lowest lows too?
I think it says a lot. It says a lot just because it shows how I can bounce back from a little adversity. Because adversity is going to happen. I don't care. It's going to happen in real life. It's going to happen in sports. It's part of life, right? So, seeing and showing teams, how I can bounce back from adversity and come back stronger than ever, with my belief, my faith, I think adversity is really good. And I think I handled, every part of the adversity, throughout my whole life really well.
Like I said, Michigan legend Taylor Lewan was on the show. Here is what he had to say. We've got Michigan man Blake Corum on the show tomorrow, Taylor. Do you want, what does mean?
Blake Corum is a true Michigan man. He's got the attitude. He's got the swag. The way he approaches the game, he can stop on a dime. His talent is incredible, but this dude is he is one of a kind, man. He's one of a kind.
Is there a team that you think would suit his services as a Michigan man?
I don't know. I mean, what the Chargers got going on?
Ooh, what do you think?
Hey, you never know, but Taylor's my guy. Taylor's my guy. But hey, we shall see. Come April. When's the draft start? April 25th.
Sure. I don't know about that. I want to know about you and Jim Harbaugh. Come on now, let's talk about your coach. He leaves Michigan after 9 seasons and a national championship. He takes a swing at the NFL with the Chargers. You were 14. You were 14 years old, like the last time he was in the NFL. How do you think he'll do this time around?
Like I said, I've said it multiple times. He's gonna kill it. Coach Harbaugh, he wins. It doesn't matter, where he's at. Stanford, 49ers, Michigan. What's changing? Nothing's gonna change for him. That Coach Harbaugh loves to win. He knows how to build a great culture, and he knows how to be a player's coach. I have so much love for that guy, and I'm so appreciative to played for him the last 4 years. He's going to win. I just know that for sure.
How surreal would it be to pick up the phone on draft day and hear his voice on the other end?
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy just because, we've been through a lot, the last 4 years, and we ended on a bang. And, if I picked up the phone and, if I heard his voice on the other side, just know we're gonna go win a Super Bowl just like we won a Natty.
Now, but you're from Baltimore. Does that mean, or around Baltimore, right? Does that mean, did you grow up a Ravens fan?
Nah, so I'm from Virginia.
Okay.
I went to high school in Baltimore. I grew up a Cowboys fan just because everyone else in my family was a Washington, now Commander fan. My dad was a Cowboy fan, so I just followed what my dad did. He wanted to be the rival to his family members.
Now, Jerry Jones needs himself a running back too, Blake.
Hey, we shall see. I just want to go so where a team, really wants me and sees, I'm a great fit, on and off the field. And best believe I'm coming in with the same mindset that I had. But, I'm going harder just because, you hear your name get drafted and you might be making a few more dollars. Doesn't mean, you stop. I still have goals to chase. This is just another part of the journey and my dream. So, whatever team gets me, just best believe they're going to get a great human being and a great player.
I think it's insane that I'm seeing the word polarizing being used to describe your draft status, that you might go anywhere. You're all over the place in all of these mock drafts. Do you like that? Do you enjoy? From everything I've learned about you this week, you sort of like to prove people wrong.
I love it.
Tell me more about that.
I love it. I love it just because I feel like I've had to do that, my whole life. I've never been the biggest, never been the fastest. Everyone's always, had their different opinions, on my game, my skill set. And I've always proved them wrong, just because I believe in myself. I know the work that I'm willing to put in, and I don't believe no one will outwork me. So, I'm excited about the draft, just to see, what team, really believes in me and sees, I can be a difference maker on their team. But, I love seeing, some teams maybe doubt, some teams really, love what I do and see what I do. And so, it's fun.
Now
I really
you've
do
said
enjoy it.
Dallas again. Hold on. You keep saying Dallas. I don't know. What am I supposed to think about that?
Nah, there's nothing to think, to be honest. I really, I've met with a good amount of teams. It's hard to tell, what team, likes you or what team, really likes your skill set and you meet their needs. So I'm excited for draft day. I'm excited. Hopefully I'll have a better idea of where I might be going after Pro Day Friday.
Yeah.
But you never know. Come draft day, it could change completely. You think you're going somewhere and then, someone, sneak up on that team and get you before they can. So I've heard some crazy stories. So I'm excited about the process. I just love it all.
It all ends up how it's supposed to, I think.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see what happens to you. Before you go, we want to get to know you a little bit better. We're going to play a game called Blake Decorum. I'm going to give you a scenario, and you're going to tell me the appropriate response and, the decorum, the right, proper, good-mannered decision, okay? Let's start here.
Sure.
You're interviewing with the Chargers, and Jim Harbaugh challenges you to a one-on-one Peloton race. By the way, congrats on the Peloton sponsorship.
Appreciate it.
Shout out.
Peloton.
Love to see that. Do you let Harbaugh win, or do you kick his ass?
Kick his ass. What do you mean? I'm not letting no one win. I'm a competitor.
Buckeye Donuts from Ohio State, the Ohio State, wants to sponsor your How Do You Do It podcast. Are you accepting that ad money or saying, get out of here?
You got to get out of there. I'm sorry.
That's right. You're a man of integrity, and I love it.
With all due respect, you got to get out of there.
JJ McCarthy asked you to help him move out of his apartment, but you've got floor tickets to a Future concert that same night. You're helping JJ, or are you going to see Future?
I'm a brother's keeper. I'm going to help JJ.
You're going to help.
I got you, man.
You're going to lift couches?
I'll lift it. I'll lift it for him.
I mean, that bench press would probably take you. It'll probably take you 3 seconds to move out a whole apartment.
we might be able to move out the apartment and catch the concert at the same time.
It's a great answer. I bet you crushed these interviews. I bet you just went in there and had these coaches and GMs eating out of your hand. I love it. You're on a plane with all of your sisters, Sky, Star, and Rain. You're the oldest of 3. I think you should just I think you should go #1 overall just for that. When the plane lands, all your sisters start clapping. Are you joining in with them, or are you flaming them for clapping on an airplane?
I'm going to flame them. I understand. It was a good landing, but what are we clapping for?
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Let's just say thank. When we get to the front, when the pilot's right there, just say thank you.
Yeah, you say, hey, sisters, save the clapping for my first NFL touchdown coming to a Week 1 NFL stadium near you.
Exactly.
Blake, I can't wait to see where you go. I love the mentality that you have. So consistent, world class, been through adversity, all around, great player and perfect addition to the NFL. I can't wait to see where you go.
I appreciate you so much. It's been a fun journey, and thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, enjoy. Gosh, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in those interviews that you guys have, because I bet you absolutely crushed it. We're going to say bye to you. Thank you for the time. I know you're so busy leading up to draft day in Detroit. Up next on the show, short break here, internet sensation, funny man Joey Molinaro is here. We're going to play a couple games. We're going to get into some impressions, talk a little derby, too. We'll be right back. Okay, so Blake Corum to the Cowboys is happening. Hammy, no question.
I mean, it sounds promising.
They got to get a center and then make some lanes for the kid. But he kept bringing up Dallas.
Yeah, he really did. Either that, Harbaugh might scoop him up first, though.
Who did that last year? That week, Branch.
Oh, Branch kept talking about the Steelers, yeah.
Yeah.
Which didn't end up happening,
No,
obviously.
I
But
thought one did happen that they kept bringing up. I don't remember.
trying to remember.
I can't remember.
I remember Branch did say he wanted to pick off Patrick Mahomes first, and he did. He ends up with the Lions in that week 1 game, the opener, ends up picking him off, which is pretty cool.
Listen. What's up, Gold Barbs? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Okay, cool. And then Dalton Kincaid questions coming in hot.
Still coming from Jets fans, or?
I mean, I guess Harbaugh could go get him, huh?
Yeah. I feel like it's got to be one of those 2 teams.
What?
It's got to be one of those 2 teams. They're the 2 that didn't address the running back spot in free agency. And
Why does he? Why
lost
is it?
guys
But why is? I haven't looked at mock drafts as much. Why is he going all over the place?
I think there's concerns about his size. Like he didn't run the fastest. He ran in the 4.5s, but like you look at a lot of the best running backs in the league, they run in the 4.5s. So it's a lot of the stuff you can't measure is what he does so well: the vision, the patience, all that stuff. So
I really liked him a lot.
Oh yeah, he was great.
I mean, Molinaro better bring it because Blake Corum, just his warm up was incredible.
Tough act to follow. All these prospects this year are really bringing it. All these guys have been great so
I wonder
far.
how much of that has to do with like get me out. I don't know, like more training of I don't know, like they're all very savvy. I feel like compared to, or more open rather.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe the NIL stuff, them having to put themselves out there a little bit more, has helped with that. Who knows?
Or they're more used to being like on screens or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a thing. Or I'm such a good interviewer. I mean, there's that. There's that.
Johnson! Hey, welcome to Mahomes. Should I take my Smith-Schusters off? You shut your mouth, get in there, and have a seat on that tin couch. Johnson, can I get you anything? A little glass of Zach Chardonnay?
I was thinking more of a Heath Miller.
A few more of those, and you're going to need a designated Donald Driver.
Joined by comedian, actor, creator, entrepreneur, badass, betting on himself, doing his own thing, and taking the NFL by storm while he's doing it. Hilarious impressionist, of course. He hosts the These Guys podcast, available wherever you stream, and you should subscribe to Joey Molinaro, who, guess what, buddy? I wore my waterproof mascara. I made the note this morning and said, this stuff cannot run when I have Joey on cracking me up.
I love it. Kay, so good to be here. So excited to be on. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here. What's up? What's going on?
Well, nothing. What's going on with you? Congrats on all of your success. Big congratulations to you. And, of course, not just professionally, but personally, you've got a new ad to the group. What's going on? Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, there's my little Mirabella, my little daughter. She's a month old now, and I got an 18-month-old son. I got a 1-month-old daughter. So I'm just rounding out all the impressions into dad jokes, too. I got my New Balance crew neck.
Oh, my God.
I got my New Balance shoes. I'm waking up early. I'm smoking meats. I'm wanting to make breakfast for everybody. So I'm full-on dad mode now, Kay.
Now, is Frankie like, I like being a big brother, or is Frankie like, who are you? When are you going
Loves
away?
it.
Oh, good.
Loves it. Dude wants to hold her every day. He always says sister and points to her, and we let him hold her. And then for about 5 seconds, he sits there with her, and then he goes, "I'm done," and he kind of like pushes her off. And we got to catch her.
I like that you have an audience. You can workshop your material off of. It's all very smart. Maybe you could write them off in that way from your LLC as they're part of your writing process. Now, I want to get into your process a bit here. You are prolific at producing hilarious content very quickly. It can't be easy. You have so many impressions that you crush. What is the secret when it comes to the process of what you do?
Man, the secret. I don't know if I want to give that away, because then, there'll be 20, 21, 22-year-old guys or girls out there who are saying, hey, I'm going to take that.
What have you, maybe
no,
what have you learned
just,
about it or something? Just take me into the process, because people just see it and enjoy it and like it, but it's got to be an insanely disciplined thing.
I mean, when it comes to the impressions, I always tell people that I was always like a living room creator, living room like comedian, impressionist when I was a kid. You know, I always like made fun of my teachers, and I was a Catholic school kid, so like the priests even got involved, you know, which I don't know where that lands on like the sin, mortal sin, cardinal sin. I don't know. I'll have to talk to the big man about it hopefully someday. But, you know, I think it's all in good fun. I'm making people laugh, hopefully. So I always did it then when I was a kid. And then my mom was like, why don't you like do more impressions? You know, I was trying to break through in the media world, and she was like, yeah, you do those around us. Do it for the internet. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if people will like them or anything. And then I put out, you know, a couple Andrew Luck ones and a couple Nick Saban ones.
I remember.
Hey, mama was right. You know, you got to trust mama.
Well, I love that it was your mom that said to do that. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever done an impression of someone and it just did not go over well, and you heard from that person or their team and they were like, stop doing that?
You know, you always hear the famous story about Caliendo, who he said that Madden like hated it, right? And at the beginning he hated it, and then his grandkids thought it was funny, so then he liked it. I haven't. I've been really lucky.
Great.
Like most people that I've come across who know that I do an impression of them, they just kind of laugh about it, you know, and they're kind of cool with it. And like Colin Cowherd, I met him. He was just like, oh yeah, impressions of sincerest form of flattery. Yeah, I like it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then Collinsworth, he told one of my buddies who plays for the Bengals, he was like, the thing I like about Joey is he never mean-spirited about it. He always just likes to have fun. And that's exactly what it is. I just like to have fun and hopefully make people laugh.
I'm sorry, you just like casually have friends on the Bengals? What's going on?
Yeah, Marcus Bailey. He's a linebacker, special teamer. He went to Purdue, actually, with my wife. And so we kind of knew each other through that, and then we became pals.
I mean, speaking of NFL and all things football, you just heard a little bit of Blake Corum, Michigan running back. You know, he's going to be entering the draft. Mel Kiper, who you keep very famous, I think, has him as the 4th best running back in this year's draft. I hear that you have a strong belief that Kiper would have a tough time doing any other job in the world. What is this theory?
No other job. The man is made to talk in 30 to 60-second bursts, and that's it. And only about college football players turning pro. That's it. Like, there's not anything else. You know, he couldn't be a doctor. You can't sit in there with him when he's up on the stool and he's got his white jacket on, and Mel Kiper comes in and is like, yeah, I think you look pretty good. The blood, the cholesterol's a little too high, blood pressure a little too high as well, but you nip that in the bud, a couple red flags there, you get that out of your system, I think you're going to be fine. Like, so in and out in 15 seconds. You know, like, I found out that Kiper is a dad. He has a daughter. I don't know if his daughter is married or not, but I always like to envision that this man had to, at one point, give a father of the bride speech.
Yeah.
At, like, a wedding reception. I mean, like the DJ turning it over to Mel Kiper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please pause what you're doing, because father of the bride, Mel Kiper Jr., would like to say a few words, you know? And then, right.
And then he goes for it. I love that.
Yeah, I think when you look at the day overall, pretty solid day. I did prefer the chicken and the greens over the pasta. My wife wanted the pasta, but Tommy, this is an important lesson. Happy wife, happy life. Now, as for you, Tommy, I do have a few red flags, a few concerns. You were late for curfew first few times, but we do sleep our head on the pillow peacefully at night, knowing that you are the #1 overall pick.
I'm gonna cry. Do you like, is part of your, do you practice? Is there like rehearsal time built into your day to like speak as these characters and these voices? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you work on it every day with each character? Do you like run through them or no?
My wife always gives me a hard time because she's always like, "Can you just give me a little Cowherd?" Like, like she says that I like slip in and out of them sometimes, which, you know, that can be good and it can be bad. Like, yeah, I think the Collinsworth would be great to slip in and out of because he's so sly and so smooth with it, you know. So I think that she would like that, but like a Cowherd, she probably wouldn't like as much. A Kiper might be a lot to get into, but no, it's just like It just depends on what I'm trying to do, you know? Like sometimes I'll be trying to get an impression down or a character down that it's not quite there yet, you know? So it's almost like football. Like I'll watch film, I'll record myself.
Right.
And then I'll play it back. And if I like it, then I'm like, okay, cool. And if I don't, then I'm like, all right, let's tweak this. Let's drop this down a little bit. Let's get the more nasally in there. Let's focus more on, you know, like when Kuiper says red flag, it's a red flag. You know, it's very emphasized on that. Like his few concerns are red flags. Like that's what you got to pick up on and study, right?
The fact that you tape yourself and watch it that would be brutal for me. I'm completely
insane.
I don't watch that stuff ever. I can't. I'm
completely insane. I sit in my basement and talk to myself in different voices all day. I mean, it's ludicrous what I do.
Yeah.
But I love it.
But that I understand, like doing it or practicing in a mirror but like what it takes to do what you do, but also to just like watch yourself and like frame every little thing to to keep getting it where it needs to be is impressive and kind of tough to. I think a lot of people that are in front of the camera don't like watching themselves. At least I'm definitely one of those people. I'm like I don't want to hear it, clip it where I don't want to hear it. I want it to be. That's why I like live TV, Joey, because it's over. It's not like you tape it and you tried 18 different times and then you have to like watch the producer watch it back and see if it's gone. Oh, I said it. Sorry, I can do it again in 23 hours. It was announced last week that Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are opening a new steakhouse together in Kansas City. It's going to be called 1587 Prime.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Patrick Mahomes as your server at this restaurant?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, we just have a few specials tonight. I'm a big fan of the filet myself. And now, people say don't to put A1 sauce or anything on it. You know, just enjoy the juices from the steak. But I'm going to give a little bit of a different appeal here to you. I'm going to suggest Hunt's ketchup. I'm a big ketchup guy. So a little ketchup over the filet mignon. Big fan. I do recommend it medium rare. You get the medium rare with the ketchup of the filet. Not a New York strip guy myself. I will tell you, it's a little secret of the menu. Not New York strip. But I do enjoy the filet mignon, especially a little bit of ketchup on there, okay?
Oh my gosh, you sounded my control room is losing their minds. Like that you sound just like him. If you were to close your eyes, it's like I'm talking to 15 himself. Unbelievable. We want to have some more little fun with you. Sorry we're like, making you dance and tap dance for us, but you're so good at what you do. And of course, we want to plug the podcast. We want, you've got a lot going on. You've got a tour. But first up, let's go. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you names of people I picked that I want to hear you do impressions of. And then we have we have this like device sort of thing that's going to tell you what I would like you, if you're up for it, to sort of...
Oh, it's like a wheel of impressions.
Ish. Sure. Yeah. So first up's Nick Saban. And this is what you will be doing Nick Saban doing this thing. Let's try it.
All right.
I haven't seen this thing in a while. What does that say? Selling hot dogs at a game. Oh, this is like a TikTok thing. Okay, yeah. Nick Saban selling hot dogs at a game, if you will.
Hot dog. I don't even know what I'm doing. Because I've won 7 national championships. I got a statue outside down in Alabama. And now I'm sitting here, instead of coaching, I'm flinging wieners. I don't understand. I want to be out on the boat. I want to be enjoying my time with Miss Terry, my little oatmeal cream pies. I don't want to be selling hot dogs, all right?
Oh my God, he eats those cream pies every morning. I saw that. I don't know anything about Nick Saban, but I know that. That was amazing. Okay, let's move on to, if we do Saban, we got to do Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, spin it.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Belichick,
really
Bill
exciting.
Belichick on or at the NSYNC reunion with JT the other night in Hollywood.
Oh. Yeah, I got to tell you, always been more of a Backstreet Boys guy myself. But, JT has some bangers. So I do appreciate Can't Stop the Feeling. Just like me, I don't feel anything ever. So pretty excited about that.
Amazing. Let's go with Al Michaels. Al Michaels is next. Joey Molinaro is crushing our little game here. So Al Michaels, Chalamet playing Bob Dylan. I'm very confused.
Timothy Chalamet, Al Michaels on Timothy Chalamet playing... Man, I gotta be honest with you, Kay. I don't know if my Al Michaels is ready for this or not. I don't know. I don't know if he's ready to put it on the wheel. I gotta be fair, Good. Like I can drop it down with Bill, but Al is more talking. Well, I guess we're into Al now.
Al Michaels talking about Bob Dylan. Now, I was at Bob Dylan's first concert, and it was one of my favorites. I have no idea who this Timothy Chalamet is, but I am excited to see it coming up on NBC.
Coming up on NBC. Slip in a little over
slip in a little in there, yeah.
Something with sports betting. We made it work somehow. That was a really tough one. I'm so sorry. Let's try this one. Adam Sandler. You do a great Adam Sandler. Cracks me up. Okay. Let's spin it. Let's see. Adam Sandler. Joey Molinaro as Adam Sandler. Oh, boy. What is this? On Congress banning TikTok.
Oh, okay. Not much of a political guy, but TikTok, huh? Oh, well, I don't know what TikTok is, but it sounds like something that would be in one of my songs. So it'd be like, TikTok, oh TikTok, it's time to rock. TikTok, oh TikTok, you smell like a dirty sock.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh loud so you can hear the impression. You're probably like, shut up, Kay. You guys should cut my mic back there so I don't laugh out loud like this. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Hold on. First, before we go, you've got amazing shows coming up, so we got to get all this information out there. You've got
Thank you.
Merch, joeymolinaro.com. Tell us what's up ahead.
Officialjoeymolinaro.com. There it is. Wow, we got it up. That's so great. Yeah, I'm very excited. Love, obviously, Kay, been watching you forever back in GMFB days.
Yeah.
Now with Up and Adams. Love it. So I knew that with your football following, with everybody who loves you and whatnot, I had to get on here to promote because it's the NFC North Tour. So I'm hitting all the NFC North divisions. I got Detroit. I got Minneapolis, St. Paul, if you will, Twin Cities, Chicago, Green Bay, add in a little Kansas City there, Buffalo starting out. But yeah, just a little 6-stop swing here in the spring.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'll do some voices. I'll do some voices. I'll make fun of my Catholic upbringing. I'll make fun of me being a dad. I'll make fun of all sorts of stuff. So hope everybody comes and sees me, and it's gonna be great.
Come for the Adam Sandler, stay for the Catholic guilt. I love that. We're gonna take a TV break. We're gonna keep you on YouTube. We'll get this stuff out on Twitter because I do want to ask you one question. We'll be back, by the way. Dalton Kincaid joining the show. We'll be back with him. What is Joey's face right now? What is happening?
Am I doing? I thought I was supposed to do a Michaels here. Am I doing that?
No, we're not doing a Michaels. We can't. You can do whatever you want to do. I wanted to ask you about the Derby.
Yeah, please.
Are you coming to the Derby?
Is this a break? What is this?
This is the YouTube break, but it is live and it will go out. So.
Oh, okay. Because I saw in the rundown I was doing like Michaels going to Kincaid or something. So I didn't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry about that if that was true, but you absolutely crushed it. You absolutely crushed it. We were going to do Collinsworth calling the Anthony Edwards. Want to do it? Can you do Collinsworth calling the Anthony Edwards dunk? Have you seen this?
Love it. I always love getting into Collinsworth.
Okay, can we roll it? They're getting it ready. So basically, Ant-Man, I don't know if you saw this morning, crazy dunk on John Collins. By the way, Anthony Edwards, I went to the game the other week when he went off, and now I'm his good luck charm. But give me this as Chris.
Oh, wow. Anthony Edwards. You look at Anthony Edwards, you say, here's a guy you can grow your franchise around. He's a guy that's just going to be putting up posters in your bedroom and on your favorite defender like he did there in Utah last night. I certainly wouldn't want to be under the basket when he's coming barreling my way. There is no doubt about it.
I love that. You can see more of Joey Molinaro on the NFC North Tour. Guys, go to, I think it's just your name, right? Official.
Official, yeah.
Oh, who's unofficial Joey Molinaro? Who's that guy?
Some jagoff bought up my joeymolinaro.com and thought it was funny, and so instead of doing that, I just went with officialjoeymolinaro.com.
We hate that guy. We hate that guy.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy, everybody out there. Yes. I'll see you at the Derby.
Yeah, 100%. You're going?
I believe so. I asked Deion Dawkins to go with me, so I think we're both going to go take it by storm. We'll see you, right?
Yeah, see you there. Be on the red carpet. I'll see you. We'll have some mint juleps. It'll be great.
I was such a wreck. I think when I saw you, it was so lovely to meet you, and great. Thank you for coming on, and congratulations.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You deserve it. Talk to you soon.
Right.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, we're going to have Dalton Kincaid on the program momentarily. Great. Great, a great, a great. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do 1. And then I think start with 2. Let's start with 2. His Sandler was really good. Did that sign say live nudes? All right, let's bring him in. He had an amazing rookie season. Most receptions in a season by a tight end in Bills franchise history. 81 catches, 777 yards, and 3 touchdowns. We're going to improve on all of those numbers in your sophomore year. I know, Dalton Kincaid, how are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning.
I know I begged you. I begged you, like, I guilted you into coming on the show.
No,
I like see Dalton and I'm like, listen here, rookie, you're coming on my show, and you're like, yeah, lady, go away. And now I've sufficiently guilted you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You had an awesome rookie season. You came to the Bills as a first-round draft pick. There was high expectations. You delivered, finishing 2nd on the team in total grabs. One memorable reception came in your first game in primetime, okay? We're in front of Bills Mafia, Orchard Park. Take me through this play.
I mean, it was a broken play. Josh pulls out, and, you know, being the best quarterback in the league, he does special things outside the pocket. And then just scoring, you know, you think, like, what am I going to do the first time I score? And I think this was like week 8, so it taken quite a while. And I just jumped up there and kind of just blacked out from there.
What's it like when the play breaks down, as it does, and Josh Allen just does his thing? What is that improv like?
It took a while actually to kind of get used to it, because I feel like every quarterback's different. But with Josh, it was just, you know, having that in-game experience and just figuring out, you know, what he likes to do. And he'll throw the ball. It doesn't matter where the hell you are. He'll throw the ball across his body, across the field. So it's still a work in progress.
Okay, well, let's give you some credit, though. You quickly, as a rookie in that offense, with the changes on offense, OC switch in the middle, you rose to be a really reliable target for Josh Allen. Why do you think the chemistry built the way that it did? Like, was there a moment in the season where it clicked?
I don't know if there was necessarily a moment where it clicked. I think it was more just kind of just like spending time with him, getting to know him, and just creating like that friendship. I think that's the biggest thing, is just, you know, having a close friendship with all your teammates. And the more that continues to grow, I feel like the stronger our on-field chemistry will be. Yeah, in this offseason, there's some changes, losses. You have to say bye to Gabe Davis, of course, Mitch Morse. You add Curtis Samuel, Joe Brady. Do you think this, what are you most excited about with the changes? You know, I don't even know what to expect, because I've never, you know, gone from a season with everybody to the next season when half team's gone. It's just been like college when people graduate. Even like transferring wasn't too big when I was there. So it'll definitely be a change for me, but I think I'll be a little bit more comfortable just kind of knowing, you know, like the routine and everyone in the building, and a little bit, you know, how the offense goes. I'm sure you learned a lot. Stephon Diggs probably also sort of helped you come along. I know he's your boy. What advice, so you're talking to Curtis Samuel, you're at OTAs or a workout or whatever, what is the one thing of advice that you'd give him with Josh Allen? Shoot, I don't even know if I'm at the point where I can hand out advice yet. And that's why we love you, Dalton. I don't know, just be you. I think that's what Joe Brady always preaches, is, you know, be you with us. And I think that's the biggest thing. So, you know, just come in and be yourself. That's with, you know, anyone coming in to join our team. I have it on good authority from Sal Capaccio, who texted me before the show, saying you're a huge sports card collector. Are we talking Pokemon? Are we talking NFL? What is the white whale? What is the card that you need in your collection? Let's manifest it for you. I'm not too big into Pokemon. It's more sports card. But I think that was kind of the thing that I wanted to do was, get a sports card from, most of my teammates that I play with and get them to sign it because those are kind of invaluable and it's just like a little memory held there. So I don't know. I got a cool Josh Allen one the other day. I got to get him to sign it when I get back.
Is he just gonna sign your card? What?
I know. I feel like a kid going up. So I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is for like my cousin or something. But yeah, no, Josh is really, really generous when it comes to, people requesting signatures. So I don't know if that'll be too much of a hassle.
I think that's amazing. I have a question for you. I saw you at the Galaxy game. It was Messi taking on Galaxy. Miami was in town. And you're just like hanging out with Puka. Is that allowed? Are y'all not like rivals from Utah? What's going on here?
I think that's something I'd love to talk about, actually.
Bro.
People blow the Utah versus BYU rivalry so out of proportion, which I kind of do enjoy just because you see the hecticness between the two fan bases. But no, Puga's been a good friend of mine for quite some time now. So I was a fan watching him this year with all his success, but we play him next year, so I can't root for them one of those weeks at least.
No friendship bracelets between you two, maybe, like you and Travis Kelce did.
Yeah.
Are you going to tight end? What is it? Tight end? It's tight end academy, right? Why don't I?
Tight end.
University.
Tight end U. Yeah, they did a soft launch I think yesterday with like dates for it. So if they'll have me again, I will definitely be there this year.
What was like the one thing that you look back and you're like, that was the best part of that? We have 30 seconds. Sorry.
We had a Raising Cane's truck when we were there. I don't know. I can't give free shout outs, but Raising Cane's, still is not in Buffalo yet. So
franchise that shit. Get on top of it, Dalton Kincaid. You'll make a fortune up there in Buffalo. Buffalo loves you. I'm so looking forward to your sophomore season. I don't know, you look like you're outside of a Jamba Juice or Chipotle. Go enjoy whatever you're doing right now and the off season, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, Dalton.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kay.
See ya.